Hi, my name is Fallout, and I bet some of you might be wondering what these two tweets from me the other day are all about. Actually, if you're on Twitter and follow any D2 related accounts at all, you might have noticed a bunch of people reacting to an unexplained dumpster fire for the last few days. I don't always sound off about like this, but I was kind of pissed off about this one, so here we are. I'm gonna explain what went down and why we need to talk about it so we as a community can either better understand the situation that we're in, or to not completely F up our communication train about D2 info, or both. Alrighty, rant time. It's gonna be hard to show you everything because a ton of it has been deleted, but here's the deal. After the most recent Thursday TWAB, people were chatting about D2 news on Twitter as always. Someone made a random plea to Bungie to bring back their beloved exotic Titan armor, the Twilight Garrison. If you are a newcomer or missed out on D1, Twilight Garrison was a really fun, borderline broken exotic that allowed Titans to pretty much have Icarus Dash. Yeah, I know, horrifying to think about right now if you're a D2 player only. Combined with a few well-timed secondary jump activations, Titans could pull off what used to be called Titan skating, zooming around the map really quickly in PvP. Back to the current timeline. Again, someone tweeted at Bungie something along the lines of, "Please bring back Twilight Garrison, I really loved it. Totally normal request." Kevin Yanes, a lead sandbox developer at Bungie, replied via his personal Twitter account that he wanted to rip the band-aid off, and flat out told people that the Twilight Garrison would never return to D2. Per Kevin's now deleted tweet, quote, "Titans will never get air dodge back. It's part of the Warlock identity." And that went down about as well as you'd imagine. Some people took the opportunity to actually legit talk about why they disagreed, and other people flat out went beyond rage. Personal attacks, harassment, general threat making, the usual Twitter trifecta. I hate that I have to say this, but that's kind of the usual experience for game devs online these days. However, this time it got pretty rough, actually to the point where Giannis ended up not only deleting all of his tweets regarding the Twilight Garrison not coming back, but deleting all of his tweets ever. His account right now is a barren wasteland of nothingness. If you're wondering why didn't he flat out delete his account entirely, I'd have to guess it's that so no one could take his handle or impersonate him for future baiting or memeing. Now, before we dive into why this is completely f***ed up, I want to make sure I'm being really clear. I am not saying that people aren't allowed to be mad about the Twilight Garrison info, nor is today's video a way of saying we must praise Bungie literally all the time and they can do no wrong. I feel like I have to clarify this, and even though I do, I can guarantee some knucklehead will interpret it the wrong way anyway. Bungie does things that I disagree with or flat out dislike all the time. Sunsetting, for the most part, was a silly ass play. Likewise, the original transmog system was a needlessly overcomplicated mess. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. It's dumb and wrong to treat companies like they can do no wrong. However, when info about a game you love is shared and you disagree with or even flat out hate that information, the play is to explain why you disagree or give feedback in a human manner without attacking another person. And before a select few of you even begin to start, this isn't even about, oh boo-hoo, game dev got his feelings hurt. Which, by the way, that is messed up though, because again, that was Giannis's personal account. And yeah, I mean, you'd feel like ass too if you took even 5% of what I'm pretty sure a lot of game devs endure from psychos online year round. But anyway, completely removing the humane, let's behave like normal people element of the equation, which I shouldn't be removing, act like goddamn adults out here, I ask you to think of things logically. Giannis is a sandbox game developer. I would bet a large pile of Raid Shadow Legends money that nowhere in his job description does it say that he needs to directly interact with the community via social media. His job is contained 100% to the sandbox of D2. Sure, he can communicate via press releases and or general Bungie.net updates that explain why the sandbox team have made an overall decision or change. But he absolutely does not have any obligation or requirement to fire off tweets from his personal account giving us previews or peeks behind the curtain for D2. Anytime Giannis or any game developer at Bungie shares insight, it is a privilege to us folk. I know it might not feel like a privilege every time, especially if one of your favorite pieces of exotic armor ain't returning or some other change is happening that you really don't like, but you gotta take the good with the bad. We've had Bungie devs give us huge nuggets of information that we've been entirely stoked about in the past, like planning to kill Sword 3-peaking in trials and tons of other stuff. The bottom line is, look, you can disagree or be flat out pissed off about whatever change to the game we're being told about out in advance, but the more you bite the hand that feeds you, guess what? That hand ain't coming back to feed no more, and that sucks for everyone. I know me and a lot of other people were annoyed as hell that we got so close to the launch of Season 17 with practically zero info to go off of in advance. Hell, for the past God knows how long, people have been moaning on Twitter along the lines of, why does Bungie not tell us what their plans for revamped PvP are? It sucks that we haven't gotten a new map in forever. Why won't they at least talk to us about their plan? We just want info. Why won't Bungie talk with us? And for real, I mean, honestly, can you really blame them? Yeah, we get professional mission statements every year about plans moving forward, their whole state of the game address, whatever, but there's a distinct lack of personal chit-chat on social media lately, and I'm really no longer surprised. Again, this is not a praise Bungie for literally everything they do thread. I too was salty that we went forever without key updates to the PvP experience, that we went for way too long without a new map to play on, that I still haven't gotten back my beloved Ram armor from D1, that the comp playlist is a complete waste of time and energy. You are entitled to disagree with or hate changes or lack of changes to the game that you love to play, but that doesn't give anyone the green light to harass people when they're being open enough to share behind the curtain info, which in itself is a miracle because 90% of the time they do, they probably know the community is gonna burn down anyway. And the dumbest part about all of this, Giannis eventually replied with another tweet in the thread that IMO was pretty damn interesting. In a now deleted tweet, he directly alluded to the fact that Titans might actually get new movement tools in the future. It just won't come in the form of Twilight Garrison. But of course, that kind of fell to the wayside in the passing wave of verbal tomfoolery. I realize I'm coming in kinda hot right now, but goddamn, in the future, if we're looking down the barrel of a new season or a new year of content and we're out here holding an empty bag with zero information, shouldn't really be surprising anymore, yeah? At the end of the day, why would a game dev share any insight or preview info at all these days? Really, why would they? It's literally asking for a free beatdown. I feel like the goal should be, of course, better interaction between other human beings, but on top of that, more fluid lines of communication with people who make the games that you play. Doesn't have to be Bungie either. It goes for any game developer out there. I'm not trying to defend massive multi-million-dollar companies, but rather to make sure folks remember the people working there who are no doubt trying to make good stuff that we're interested in getting our hands on. If you disagree with either the Twilight Garrison not coming back or what you feel the Titan or Warlock quote identity is, feel free to tell Bungie, but do it in a way that doesn't suck for everyone. Not gonna lie, some of the Reddit comments were pretty funny without any attacks. Personal high five on this one right here. Anyway, go watch my unfixed glitch video. They still haven't fixed the legendary shard farm thing, and I'm up to over 7,000 now, lol. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.